Have you tried monetizing 1% of your audience?
I heard that works actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, that works quite well.
That's the biggest lie you can ever be told.
That's probably the biggest lie in growth operating, I'd say.
100%. But to be honest, that's why we started growth operating.
Yeah, but it's freaking wrong.
Because we did all the maths and shit, and it was like, damn, like we could make so much money, and it was all cool and like in words and like in theory, but like when it actually came to practicality, it was just like very, very like false information, which I think Eddie would have started, Eddie Cumberbatch. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I'd say like, I mean, that's the reason why we got into it, is because like that kind of like gave us the, you know, thought of, oh damn, if someone has 100,000 followers or like 20,000 followers or whatever, then if you monetize like 1% of that, it's like easy.
Yeah.
Like
then
this much money.
Charge like $20 a month, and you know, everyone's gonna like
it's like easy money basically.
Yeah, and it was just like, first of all, the 1% rule was just like false. Second of all, no one talked about the churn rate, where you know it's not like the members are gonna stay for more than 1 month necessarily. Like they might just leave after like the first hour of joining, which kind of also goes back to the 1% rule. But I mean, yeah, like realistically, like what's the real percent rule, I guess?
It just varies. Like sometimes it can be way more than 1%. You know what I mean? Sometimes it can be like less than 1%. But having like a rule or whatever as just a standard operating procedure that every single person every single client you work with is going to be like 1% of the audience is going to be monetizable. This is stupid. Like that's what sold the whole like growth operating or growth partnering business model. The fact that if all it takes is like one good creator getting like 1% of their audience and you're basically printing money forever, like that's just not the case. So
yeah.
I know some people who, like some creators have monetized way more. Like Pierre's, like Caprice has monetized way more than 1% of his audience.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But like there's other creators who nowhere near can monetize 1% of their audience. So it depends on the creator.
Yeah, it's like, it depends on so many things, like how strict is your content? Like is every piece of content you post strictly about just one thing, or is it like about 10 different things? You know, like if it's about meal prep and lifting and this and that, it's like it's hard to monetize your entire audience because you've basically built an audience that's like so vast that it's like you have people that are interested in lifestyles, some people interested in like motivation, some people interested in how to make this one meal. It's like it's just too much of a broadband basically, where creators kind of just have too big an audience, which is why the 1% rule just wouldn't work. And also to mention, a lot of people buy bots and people don't see that.
Yeah, true.
Which, you know, hurts the entire algorithm.
It's just not a good rule in general. Like, that's what sells business models though. Like, it's the same with SMMA. Like, all you need is one client who pays you like 5K retainer or 8K retainer and you're set. But realistically, it's going to take you 3 or 4 years of actually working up towards like scaling your business to even think about getting a creator, like not a creator, like a business that would be willing to pay you 8K retainer or 10K retainer. Like that's not going to happen.
You're going to be really good. Like
it's mostly going to be like $800 retainer, like $500 retainer.
You'd be lucky for that as well. Yeah, especially like starting off with no testimonials, no results at all. It's like you have to be basically just, you know, working for free almost to get, you know, proof of concept and
but it's the dream.
Trust.
So it's like the dream, basically, of like that. Don't listen to Eddie, bro.
Yeah,
don't scam.
I mean, he created the whole brand, but it's just like he's kind of giving people false hope of, you know, 1%. And another part of that is also like saying that you can get 50% of the rev share. It sounds so nice.
Oh yeah.
And it's like possible, but you know, realistically, if it's like a good client, they'd only be comfortable with like maybe 30%, especially if you're the only one in the business. Like if you have a biz partner like us too, it kind of makes sense to get 50%. I feel like we're pretty fucking lucky too.
Yeah, like we're technically only on 25% each for like the creator we're talking about who gave us 50%. But if it was just one person, I doubt we would have gotten 50. Like think about it, the creator has to have like sold literally nothing before in their entire life for them to be willing to offer you 50% of their business, like revenue coming in. That's crazy. Like majority of the time it's going to be sub 30, like below that, 30% with like a retainer most of the time. if you're lucky with a retainer, like that sort of thing, or like an upfront fee, not a retainer. It'd be like a
Yeah.
But asking like 50% is just cooked. It's like such a stupid idea to have in your head that like I create anyone will be willing to give you 50% of their business to do what? Like you've got no experience.
Yeah.
You know nothing. You're like a brand new coming into the industry, and you're asking some dude for 50% of their business. Like you're cool.
It is pretty crazy. Don't listen to Eddie. Stop watching his shit.
He's
Just
cooked.
watch my videos, Pierre's videos, and you.
Just watch this guy's videos. Just only watch his videos.
And if you guys want some free sauce, you know, the Telegram's gonna be. Well, you gotta message me on Instagram for that, and you have to follow me. Otherwise, I'm just gonna block you. So.
Why do people who try and hit you up if they don't follow you? Why the hell would you let them?
Bro, I had like 4 people message me with the word Telegram, and I was like, bro, doesn't even follow me.
Yeah.
I just ignored it,
Crazy.
and I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not getting shit.